For decades, Jay Leno has been viewed as one of the most recognizable figures in American late-night television, a comedian whose steady presence on stage and screen shaped generations of viewers. Behind the familiar smile and easy humor lies a life built through persistence, long years of struggle, and constant reinvention. From early challenges in school to the demanding climb through comedy clubs and late-night stages, his path was never straightforward. It was shaped by setbacks, personal hardships, and relentless work. This is a reconstructed look at that journey, tracing how determination and humor became the foundation of a career that endured for decades. Early life and family foundations. Jay Leno was born into a working-class household where discipline and perseverance were everyday values rather than abstract ideas. His upbringing emphasized responsibility and effort, shaped by parents who worked hard to provide stability despite limited means. Childhood was not marked by privilege, but by structure, routine, and expectations to keep moving forward regardless of difficulty. These early surroundings helped form his outlook on persistence. Even as a young boy, he experienced challenges that made traditional learning difficult, yet he also developed a strong awareness of observation and timing, qualities that would later become essential in his comedic career and public identity. Struggles in school and early identity. During his school years, Leno faced significant academic challenges that made him stand out in ways he did not choose. Reading and writing did not come easily, and classroom environments often felt overwhelming rather than supportive. While other students progressed smoothly, he had to work harder to keep pace, often relying on creativity and humor as coping mechanisms. These early struggles shaped his sense of self, not as someone defined by academic success, but as someone who could adapt and respond differently. Humor gradually became a tool for connection, allowing him to shift attention away from difficulty and toward laughter. Discovery of comedy as an outlet. Comedy did not enter his life as a planned career path, but as a natural response to discomfort and isolation. In moments where traditional achievement felt out of reach, humor provided an alternative form of expression. Making others laugh became both a relief and a form of validation, offering a way to connect without relying on academic performance. What began as spontaneous jokes and impressions slowly developed into a skill set. Leno learned how timing, observation, and delivery could transform ordinary situations into shared laughter, laying the groundwork for what would eventually become a lifelong profession in entertainment. College years and early jobs. After finishing school, Leno continued his education while navigating the demands of everyday survival. College life introduced new responsibilities, but financial pressure meant balancing studies with multiple jobs. He worked in physically demanding roles, taking whatever opportunities were available to stay afloat. These years were defined by exhaustion, long hours, and uncertainty about the future. Yet they also exposed him to a wide range of people and experiences, enriching his understanding of everyday life. This period was less about comfort and more about endurance, reinforcing the work ethic that would later define his relentless approach to performing and career building. First steps into stand-up comedy. Leno's entry into stand-up comedy came through small venues where audiences were unpredictable and success was never guaranteed. Early performances took place in modest clubs and informal spaces, often with minimal pay and limited recognition. Each set became a test of resilience, requiring him to refine his material and adapt quickly to audience reactions. Rejection was frequent and encouragement was rare, but the experience sharpened his skills. Over time, he learned how to structure routines, control pacing, and read a room. These foundational years were crucial in transforming raw interest into professional capability within the competitive world of comedy. Persistence through rejection and uncertainty. The path forward in comedy was not immediate or smooth. Leno faced repeated rejection, moments of doubt and periods where progress seemed stalled. Many performances went unnoticed, and some ended in silence rather than applause. However, each setback contributed to a growing resilience. Instead of deterring him, failure became part of the learning process. He refined his material, observed successful performers, and adjusted his approach. The uncertainty of these years built emotional toughness, teaching him that consistency mattered more than isolated success. Slowly, persistence began to outweigh doubt, allowing him to remain committed even when progress felt invisible. breakthrough, and national recognition. A turning point came when Leno began appearing on larger platforms, eventually gaining exposure on major television stages. His style, grounded in observational humor and relatable storytelling, resonated with wider audiences. Appearances on national programs introduced him to viewers beyond the club circuit, expanding his reputation significantly. This period marked the transition from struggling comedian to recognized entertainer. Opportunities increased, and his presence in the comedy world grew stronger. However, the foundation of his success remained rooted in years of smaller performances, where timing and discipline had been refined through repetition, failure, and constant adaptation. Career in late-night television. Leno's role in late-night television solidified his place in entertainment history. Hosting responsibilities demanded not only comedic skill but also consistency, adaptability, and the ability to connect with diverse audiences nightly. The position required balancing humor with interviews, cultural commentary, and live performance pressure. Over time, he became a familiar figure in households across the country. His tenure reflected both stability and longevity in a highly competitive industry. Despite the visibility and success, the discipline developed during earlier struggles remained central to his approach, shaping how he managed the demands of long-term public life. Conclusion. Jay Leno's journey reflects a life shaped by persistence, adaptability, and steady commitment to craft. From early academic struggles and modest beginnings to national recognition and long-term success in entertainment, his path was built gradually rather than achieved instantly. Setbacks, uncertainty, and physical challenges all played roles in shaping his resilience. What remains consistent throughout is a dedication to comedy and performance, developed over decades of effort. His story illustrates how sustained determination can transform early limitations into lasting achievement, creating a career defined not by ease but by endurance and continuous evolution over time.